You know what, Pfizer? Keep your Viagra, keep your Cialis. I buy my broken dick drugs from the Chevron. I think that's awesome. I really do.
I'm gonna be down at the ski bowl eating funnel cakes. $54 worth of funnel cakes.
Yeah, quit being scared. You feel me? Air high five, air high five. Who's gay? Grown man don't do air high five.
He then proceeded to offer me marijuana as a gift for free. I know. That's when you're making it, people. That's when you're making it. Yeah. You know when the drugs are free. Fame and fortune. You guys know.
I'm just saying. If you see him getting dressed in the morning, he always try to put his boxers on backwards with the hole in the back. I'm glad y'all caught that.
But what's cool about sexy inner city school girl is that by age 16, she's probably already qualified as a MILF.
Hey, Sarsaparilla. Pasquale. Just get your fat ass out there and play third base. Third base? I mean left center, I don't know. Get as far the hell away from the athletes and then run me 5 wide.
Now cut that off. This dick like a damn smart car. Cut that shit off.
Yeah. Who's here to see me tonight? Who's here to see Vinnie Paul? Alright, so you see how my career's going.
We'll be back in the corner. Thanks so much for coming out. You guys are wonderful. What a great audience. And again, enjoy the rest of the show. We'll see you at the end. Vinnie, come on up and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. You all have a very beautiful crowd. Hey, somebody serve me this shot. Tell me what it is. What is this shot?
Who cares?
Roofies. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for enjoying yourselves. Now that's out of the way. Like I said, I do appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Before I do get started, there is somebody here in the crowd that's very special to me. The first person that ever helped me write comedy is here with me tonight. So I'd like to send a very sincere debt of gratitude to a good friend of mine, Jim Beam. He is a very good person. He's a very nice man. He's very welcoming and accommodating. Before I get started, I don't know, I guess the self-absorbed egomaniac says that I should tell you a little bit about myself to help you sort of understand where some of this madness and absurdity is coming from. Racially, I am non-white, which means I'm ethnic, and I just get to /other on a resume, which means I get hired when they see that I have schooling. They like their numbers. I am single, in case there's any hot ladies out there that want to get married in a nice winter evening, maybe a fall night at Botanical Gardens in Piedmont Park. I got my eye on you. What's your name, young lady over here? The one with the dark hair and the black shirt. What's your name? Debbie. Debbie. Will you make my night tonight? Please tell me you'll run away with me so that you and I can get married.
Maybe on Tuesday.
Tuesday? I don't know, I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm officially on vacation right now. I'll think about it though. But I think that you should at least give yourself the chance to let me finish what I have to say up here tonight in case you want to change my mind. Because I'm sure that by the end of this, most of you will probably consider me a walking ad for birth control. And if you don't already know, I am proof that not every ejaculation deserves a name. I hate women drivers. Oh, and nothing against those who can drive race cars, because I know this young lady right here is a race car driver. But I hate women drivers, sincerely. But let me explain myself first. I am the youngest of 3 children. Are you one of the children in my family? That is one of my lovely sisters, Beverly. We're gonna get to you later. You just wait. My other sister Amy is here, the lovely lady in the pink shirt here trying to hide herself. She's going to be the one leaving in about 20 seconds to go cut the tires on my taxi. So I just found out that my sister Amy's husband likes to go down on her, so that's an awesome effect that I can add to the photo album every year. But that's okay. That's okay. He's got the flavor saver. I'm not going to be mad at him. I am the youngest of 3 children. And the men were outnumbered in my household, so naturally I was raised to be a sexist and a chauvinist. Let's see, what else can I tell you about myself that'll help you understand what's going on up here? I've successfully quit smoking cigarettes. Thank you. After 10 years of smoking a pack of Newports a day, I've quit. I have been clean of hard drugs for the better part of a decade. I've been between 1st and 3rd grades. When I was between 6 and 8, I remember going to the bathroom divider wall and humping it on multiple occasions. But to top that, yeah, you didn't know that about my schooling, did you? Miss Farber didn't tell you that. After that, once I got to the urinal, I couldn't just unzip, whip, and drip. No, it could never be that easy. No, I had to pull my pants and my Superman underoos all the way to the ground before I could urinate. In 4th grade, I remember one day it was a good idea to me to go behind a neighborhood softball field and stack a dry pile of pine straw up against the base of a rotting tree and set the neighborhood on fire.
True story.
True story. This is all true. Let's see. Middle school, I got suspended for pulling a knife on a kid in the cafeteria and threatening to take his life. A couple weeks later, I remember being in an adolescent tussle with an autistic kid. And hey, don't feel bad for him. He wasn't even a smart retard, okay? He was... And no, his nickname was not Twitch. That's way too easy of a joke. I'm not going to throw that in there. Yeah, we got in a tussle. He tried to stuff me into a poorly decorated metal trash can, and I succeeded at stuffing his dopey ass into a just the right size for a retard locker and closing it behind him. Strolled nonchalantly into social studies class, ready to learn. Let's see. High school was fun. And I actually got expelled from high school. I remember, well, I've been told that I remember, I had taken a handful of Valium after my lunch period. Those stories always start out good and end well. I took a handful of Valium after my lunch period, and after I struggled to make it through the dance rehearsal for my part in the play Bye Bye Birdie, I was in a mutual conversation in what ended in a not so mutual bomb threat directed at her circle of friends. That didn't go over too well. But if all that is a sign of what under-budget public schooling can do for your children, then they still have a chance to be a maybe homosexual, exhibitionist, pyromaniac pill popper who carries a knife when he goes to bomb the Special Olympics. But I'm not. I am not carrying a knife. But I am knocking into a bar stool that's getting in my way. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you tonight? What's your name? We were introduced earlier.
Carlette.
Carlette. That's a beautiful name. Are you here with Voss?
I am.
Voss did a very nice set for us. Can everybody please give Voss a round of applause? He did do a very awesome job tonight. And actually give a round of applause to the rest of the comedians. Devin and Kelly and Elroy. Yeah! They all did a good job tonight. But no, after high school was settled down, you know, I did what every high school graduate would do. Cocaine. Pass that around, will you? Let's see, and after I did the cocaine, I schooled in the arts of getting kicked out of a bowling alley for drinking Mad Dog 2020 underage. No, these are all true stories. Just wait till we get to the family portion. After the Mad Dog 2020 incident, I got my master's in smoking joint after joint in my single cab truck until I could not see 3 inches in front of me. And night classes usually consisted of more underage drinking and splitting an 8-ball of cocaine with myself. Are there any questions?
That's bad.
So you really are a race car driver, aren't you?
That's true.
How fast have you gone?
We don't go that fast. It's
No?
more about the lateral abuse.
How long do you last?
Oh,
That's a different story, ask that man.
Can she go the distance?
I don't recall.
Oh, that's funny for half of the people here. Let's see. I guess now that I got all the high school jinx out of my brain, I'm really just an asshole. But to be fair, I am an equal opportunity asshole. Everybody gets some, just as some people get more. I am condescending. I am narcissistic. I am obsessive compulsive. I am cynical. Did I mention all the ladies here that I'm single? She wants to know what's in my head, but it's coming up, I promise. It should also be noted that I am mostly racist. And I hate most everybody that I see on a daily basis. Well, okay, you all are supportive of hating people, and I can appreciate that. I'm not socially awkward at all, but I do not appreciate people that cannot express themselves well enough to be understood. You know, people that just can't communicate on a regular level. And I've lived in Atlanta for 20 years on and off, and that doesn't say much for me except that I'm way past the age of reason. But there are some people in Atlanta that are just rape and abuse the English language on a daily basis. So tonight, being the connoisseur of language that I am, I'm going to attempt to, I'm going to attempt to translate some verbal gems that I've heard on the EBT and the WIC card sides of town. I'm going to attempt to translate Ebonics into intelligent language. So first I'm going to do Ebonics. And you may or may not be able to identify this. Hey shawty, what it do, what it is, what it ain't, man, like what's up? Hello. Hey, it's like I was on that bitch like Dolo last night. You already know, nigga. Actually, I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry. I really thought I'd have one by now, but I don't. We're brothers. We're happy. And we're singing. Give me a high five. All right, crowd participation. You're not too tired yet. That's good. Let's see. What's some other little verbal gems I've heard running around there? Oh, look it! Shawty got that Capri Sun Dubs! You know what I'm saying? No, we got them dimes looking like 20s down here at the car wash. Translated. Good afternoon, sir. Allow me to declare that because I noticed you driving a late model Chevrolet on 20-inch rims, I am inclined to inform you that I am distributing parcels containing Schedule 1 narcotic, non-commercial grade tobacco in such a way that makes it worth your while to purchase. Down here at the car wash. That's a good song, isn't it? Let's see what else we got. I'm pretty sure these guys were gonna fight when I heard this one. Yeah, this one was yo motherfucker, I'm gonna smoke your ass if you don't chill in that sis serpent, quit playing. Look, pal, I am thoroughly concerned and grief-stricken with the thought that I may have to kill you over an incident that could have easily been avoided. And please refrain from consuming things that are unhealthy for you. Quit playing. Can I get away with one more? Yeah, one more. All right. I think I've got one in my back pocket. No, I don't. Yo, man. It's like it's like I'm trying to ask you where the library is. Hello, friend. It should go without saying that I have no formal speech training, but I'm trying to find and locate the nearest library. And yes, I am aware that it's pronounced ask, but I choose to be ignorant. It ain't funny. But ignorance will do that to you. However, dazzling urbanites on Memorial Drive and Martin Luther King are not the only people I've heard say ignorant stuff. No, no, no. You fair-skinned people know what's coming up, don't you? I've mingled with the middle-class urbanites. I've diddled with the rich socialites. I've lived among and worked with rednecks. And through all those experiences, I've learned that white people say some stupid shit. Give yourself a round of applause, because you won't be cheering at the end of this. I tried typing in some of the things that I've heard white people say to me before, and the only results that I get on the Google and the Bing search engines are, sorry, your search did not turn up any results. Or, for some reason, I get ads for Russian mail order brides. So I click on those ads. Did you know? Did you?
Yes.
Did you know that ordering a Russian mail order bride is sort of like getting a used car off of an infomercial? There's no money back and there's no warranty, but if you order within the first 10 minutes, they give you a second one for free. All you have to do is pay for shipping. Needless to say, my kitchen is clean. But I digress. White people say some stupid shit. I'm going to give you an example of some of the things that I've heard white people say. I remember working at a country club, and an old lady came up to me. She says, Vinnie, we went to the lake all summer. It was magical. It was more fun than you can shake a stick at. How much fun is that exactly? Would somebody please give me something to compare it to? I mean, is that more fun than injecting methamphetamines directly into my penis with a dirty syringe? Is it? I mean, is it more fun than getting high on bath salts and chewing off a stranger's face? Is it more fun than attempting suicide by jumping out of a moving train, off of a bridge, and plummeting 180 feet on a jagged canyon rocks, only to survive and live the rest of your life as a vegetable? Let me ask you, how big is the stick? I have a friend of mine, he's a redneck. Well, he's Cuban, but he's mostly redneck. And he was in a fight with this old lady, and he says to me, he says, yo, my broad was going crazy. Because most rednecks speak like they're from New York. Yo, my broad was going crazy. She picked up a lamp and threw it at me, and in mid-flight, I juked to the left, and I made a beeline for the door. A beeline for the door? I'm just going to go ahead and say that people who say they made a beeline for the door should be handcuffed to a operating vehicle while it's inside of a locked garage until they asphyxiate and die. I mean, that makes as much sense as trying to lick your elbow. Who's going to try it? I heard a white person say to me, she says, she was talking about gossiping, and she says, oh, honey, the secrets I hide in this room, honey, if these walls could talk. If these walls could talk? What the fuck is a wall going to talk to you about? I'll tell you what, if I hear any of you use the phrase, if these walls could talk, I'm going to A, tie you to the bumper of my station wagon and drag you down the interstate at high speed like the dog from National Lampoons. I'm just kidding. I would never do that to any of you on accident. And besides, I don't drive a station wagon. All right, I'm going to step back for a little bit, take a drink. I've reached the middle portion of my show. Now that we're all a little bit more familiar with each other, I think I can get you all caught up on current events and everything.
Chug a leg.
Fair enough. Thanks, Jim. I guess if anything else, I've really been considering whether or not I should have a vasectomy or not. I only considered it immediately after I thought that shooting myself would be a whole lot better. See? You all laugh. You're smart people. People shooting themselves is funny. They deserve to die. It's population control. It's like natural selection. The weak ones die off first, and then they go to hell. It's like the hand of God and the theory of evolution working harmoniously together for the greater good. Get rid of them. Actually, no matter how many times I do that joke, there's always somebody who says, Oh, I'm gonna call the suicide hotline. He probably needs some help. We're worried about him. Am I a bad person?
No.
Let me finish. Am I a bad person because I'm attracted to the girls in the Have You Seen Me ads?
A little bit wrong.
I mean, come on, white trash and Latino jailbait? Swing! Has anybody here ever been in a conversation with a cross-eyed person, face to face?
Yes.
You play that game where you try and follow which one of the eyes is actually looking at you? I mean, try it next time you're in line at the cafeteria and some disheveled old bag of an African lady in a hairnet is trying to serve you 2-day old grilled chicken and rare hamburger patties. Hello? Hello? Oh, so you know who I'm talking about then, don't you? That's okay. She probably can't see past it. I usually don't talk about the details of my professional life on stage because I think there should be that separation. You know, it should be able to separate profession and things you're really, really bad at in front of people. So recently I tried to get one of my managers at work fired. It was an unsuccessful attempt. However, I do find it fitting that this attempt happened in February because he's black. And I wanted him to be history. In case you didn't know, I have no political biases. I don't like politics at all. None of it really relates to me. Did anybody vote in the election in November?
Yeah.
Who did you vote for? Scream it out. Don't worry, in 4 years you'll get to vote for another Bush and put him into power. Thank you. However, I did not vote. I've never voted. I'm pretty sure I'm not even registered, which all that means is no jury duty for me. Shucks. You know, it's just hard for me to find a political party that supports the things that I'm passionate about. I'm pro-offshore drilling. I'm pro-legalization of marijuana. And I'm also pro-bestiality and sodomy. I sense I've gone too far.
Stay away from my cats. Stay away from the bunkers.
Quit putting your cats on my sex table. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I would never vote for a political party that supports offshore drilling. You have to save the oceans. While we're on the topic of families, am I the only one here who thinks that Casey Anthony is hot?
You are.
Woo! Oh, Casey Anthony, Casey Anthony. I mean, you think she's hot, don't you? What's that? No? What do you do? Crazy in the head? Crazy in bed? MILF?
Too soon?
Too soon? This isn't the Boston Marathon joke. I haven't even got there yet. Trust me, we're not there yet. Just pace yourself. I mean, come on, man. If I gotta have sex with Casey Anthony, I'd be happier than Jerry Sandusky leading a Boy Scout troop. If I gotta have sex with Casey Anthony, I'd be more excited than a trigger-happy psycho with an automatic rifle at Sandy Hook Elementary School. With that being said, there is too much gun violence in America. That's why I'm not going to do another joke about it.
Be a good idea.
Casey Anthony, Casey Anthony. You know, it's always been a healthy fantasy of mine to have safe sex with Casey Anthony, but use the old safety pin through the condom while it's still in the wrapper trick. He knows. You're familiar. What I'm trying to say is I want to get a baby murderer pregnant to see if she'll murder another baby. I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be impressed. A woman that's consistent and decisive.
If she could get away with it.
If she could get it, well, maybe she'll try something new this time. Maybe she won't smother the baby. You know, maybe she'll stab it 29 times, put a bullet through its head, and cut its neck. Cut cut its throat. Damn you, Jodi Arias. Fucking bitch. Not only did she kill her husband, but she killed my joke, too. And while we're on the topic of families, let's talk about mine.
Hey.
It's that time, family.
Hey.
You're asking for it. I do apologize for everybody that's sitting in the front row. In case I've spit on you, it's okay. I took medication earlier. Everything should be suppressed. Nothing's swelling up. You should be okay. Your husband goes down on you. What are you oohing about? This is going on tape. Don't worry. We'll edit it about 80% of it. I have 2 older sisters. I'm the youngest. My mother is a nice, frugal Christian lady, and she's not here tonight, so naturally we'll talk about her first. My mother has recently tried online dating. She started dating again, and she told me that she's using these online dating services. And the first one she told me she was using was AARP.com. ARP. The second one she told me she was using was Naughty Searching Singles Seniors XXXOnlineDating.com. He's used it. After 11 years of marriage, you gotta do something to get off, don't you? Doesn't matter how young those 70-year-olds get, they still have a loose ass. Everybody needs a little bit of love, don't they?
I'm telling Mom.
We'll let the video speak volumes. I'm sure we will. My oldest sister, Amy. Dear sister Amy. Please give her a round of applause for putting up with me forever. She took the brunt of most of the pain in the family. My sister Amy broke my nose by shoving me face first into cinder blocks at the base of our china cabinet.
I don't remember that.
And she always says, I don't remember that. That's not what she really says. What she always says was, you were younger, quit complaining. It was a month ago. I have an awesome immune system, by the way. Very glad that it heals quickly.
So I helped out. What?
Bitch. I love you. Beverly. Beverly was the middle child in our family. Give her a round of applause for supporting us. And actually, I shouldn't say that Beverly was the middle child. It's more like she was the center child. You know, the whole world revolves around her. I remember Beverly and I are only a couple years apart, so in high school, I would approach her circle of popular friends, the cheerleaders and the preppy kids, and I'd be with my metalhead and punk friends, and I'd say, hey everybody, look, that's my sister. I'm so proud of her because she's popular. And she'd look around, and she'd look at me, and she'd say, I don't know that kid. True story. Bitch. I love you. That's okay, I put my penis in 2 of your friends, it's okay. No, not the ass. Not the ass. My father's a dear man. He's not with us here either, so let's talk about him. My father gave me a lot of things, among them being high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and about a 180% chance of dying of stroke before I'm 65. So thanks, Dad. Although he was a funny guy. And I remember multiple occasions we'd be on our back late at night, and he'd look over to me. And like I said, he's a funny guy. He'd look over to me. He'd say, mi hijo, which means my son. You're holding the flashlight wrong, goddammit! He always was the motivator. He always knew how to get people going, you know?
True story.
Well, get away from the silly. Just get away from the silly and the madness for just a moment. I know you all are kind of pacing yourself. We're getting towards the end of the show. I appreciate everybody for hanging out and being as good of a crowd participant as you've been. Do any of the ladies here shave downstairs? Not my sisters, except for my sisters. Anybody else that's a lady? Nobody? Some lying motherfucker. Well, are there any men that clean up downstairs and do some manscaping? That guy, okay, he's got a Foster's can. He's got a #2 pencil.
Thank you.
He's proud of it. It works, I hear. His 2 kids say they do pretty good. I personally, I used to shape it like a baseball field. The infield would be a #1 guard on the razor, and the outfield would be a #3, just so there'd be that level difference in the height.
Play into the rough.
Play into the rough. Do you want a microphone? You're killing me, Smalls. Pull that on. I like having sex. I do.
Vinnie! Oh!
But I like having sex with black girls, with dark women, The blacker the berry, the sweeter the Kool-Aid, right? The saltier the watermelon. Yes, my voice just cracked. I've gone through puberty from the beginning until now. But no, I like black girls and dark women because their dark skin hides all the bruises. See, I can't tell that joke anywhere without anybody assuming that I'm causing all the bruises. Maybe they're just clumsy. I'm pretty sure most of them are clumsy. I mean, it shouldn't even be No, we're not moving on. We're going to stay on abusing women because I don't advocate it. I do not advocate abusing women. How dare any of you assume that those bruises were caused by anything that I did? There should be no doubt in your mind that I hit those women. They like the abuse. And while we're on the topic of healthy relationships, I just recently got out of a 2.5-year relationship that not only are my sisters, half of my sisters supportive of, but I am supportive of it also. I recently got out of a 2.5-year relationship with a girl who has daddy issues and low self-esteem. Low self-esteem, low self-esteem. She's cutting herself, she's suicidal, it's funny. The weak ones die off first, and then they go to hell. And let's say for the purpose of this joke, just because I'm going to talk about her for a long period of time, that we give her a name. Let's say, I don't know, we'll call her Stephanie for the purpose of this joke tonight. So Stephanie moved into my apartment rent-free after 2 years of dating. Bitch is right! Damn! So after 2 years, Stephanie moved rent-free into my apartment. Fucking freeloader. Now, Stephanie did support herself. She did have a job at a high-end restaurant in Uptown, Atlanta. So she had enough money to support her fascination with anal beads and buy birth control. Stephanie came home one day, and on most days she would just come home and recount all the times people gave her compliments on how ugly she was. And one day, one of her customers gave her a compliment. She came home, she was giddy, she was excited. Apparently one of her customers that she was serving told her that she looked like Olivia Wilde. Are you familiar with Olivia Wilde? Okay, she's a long, leggy brunette, dark hair, like small C's. Yeah. Now let me just go ahead and say, I want all of you to listen to me very carefully. The only way that the Stephanie that I was dating looked anything like Olivia Wilde would be if Olivia Wilde's mother gave birth to her after being stump fucking raped by Alvin and the Chipmunks in a tall, beerless, skinny version of Bashful the Dwarf. And if that's the case, then yes, she looked exactly like Olivia Wilde. She's got a squirrely face. If I could, I'm going to wrap my show up, and I do appreciate everybody for hanging out tonight. I'm getting close to the end. Just bear with me for just a couple minutes. I do want to be serious before I end my show. I just want to say, oh no. When they say break a leg, they mean take a hammer to your shin.
Amputation, baby.
If I could be serious with everybody for just a moment and be very sincere about my relationship with Stephanie. I I sincerely do hope that she cries when she sees this. I will use her tears to water my garden of happiness. I mean, but come on, man. Olivia Wilde, that's a tough act to follow. I mean, granted, she's not perfect. She's not perfect. She's got fair skin, so she probably bruises easily.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to lie to anybody.
Yeah.
But Olivia Wilde, yeah. I would suck a fart out of her ass. That's my time, everybody. My name is Vinnie Paul. Thank you to the other comedians. Thank you to Jerry Farber for hosting this. Have a good night.
Vinnie. One more time for Vinnie Paul, everybody. Thank you, Vinnie. Vinnie, thank you and all of you, and please be careful as you drive back. Their guests came from Winder, Georgia to see Vinnie Paul show tonight and all the comedians. And I'll tell you one more time, Vinnie, I want you to hear it. It was the greatest assembly of comics that we've had here.
Let's see, what's some other little verbal gems I've heard running around there? Oh, look it! Shawty got that Capri Sun dimes! You know what I'm saying? We got them dimes looking like 20s down here at the car wash. Translated. Good afternoon, sir. Allow me to declare that because I noticed you driving a late model Chevrolet on 20-inch rims, I am inclined to inform you that I am distributing parcels containing Schedule 1 narcotic, non-commercial grade tobacco in such a way that makes it worth your while to purchase. Down here at the car wash. That's a good song, isn't it? Let's see what else we got. I'm pretty sure these guys were gonna fight when I heard this one. This one was yo motherfucker, I'm gonna smoke your ass if you don't chill on that scissor and quit playing. Look, pal, I am thoroughly concerned and grief-stricken with the thought that I may have to kill you over an incident that could have easily been avoided. And please refrain from consuming things that are unhealthy for you. Quit playing. Can I get away with one more? Yeah, one more. All right, I think I've got one in my back pocket. No, I don't. Yo, man, it's like, it's like I'm trying to ask you where the library is. Hello, friend. It should go without saying that I have no formal speech training, but I'm trying to find and locate the nearest library. And yes, I am aware that it's pronounced ask, but I choose to be ignorant. It ain't funny. But ignorance will do that to you. However, dazzling urbanites on Memorial Drive and Martin Luther King are not the only people I've heard say ignorant stuff. No. You fair-skinned people know what's coming up, don't you? I've mingled with the middle-class urbanites. I've diddled with the rich socialites. I've lived among and worked with rednecks. And through all those experiences, I've learned that white people say some stupid shit. Give yourself a round of applause, because you won't be cheering at the end of this. I tried typing in some of the things that I've heard white people say to me before, and the only results that I get on the Google and the Bing search engines are, sorry, your search did not turn up any results. Or, for some reason, I get ads for Russian mail order brides. So I click on those ads. Did you know? Did you?
Yes.
Did you know that ordering a Russian mail order bride is sort of like getting a used car off of an infomercial? There's no money back and there's no warranty, but if you order within the first 10 minutes, they give you a second one for free. All you have to do is pay for shipping. Needless to say, my kitchen is clean. But I digress. White people say some stupid shit. I'm going to give you an example of some of the things that I've heard white people say. I remember working at a country club, and an old lady came up to me. She says,
Vinnie, we went to the lake all summer. It was magical. It was more fun than you can shake a stick at.
How much fun is that exactly? Would somebody please give me something to compare it to? I mean, is that more fun than injecting methamphetamines directly into my penis with a dirty syringe? Is it? I mean, is it more fun than getting high on bath salts and chewing off a stranger's face? Is it more fun than attempting suicide by jumping out of a moving train, off of a bridge, and plummeting 180 feet on a jagged canyon rocks, only to survive and live the rest of your life as a vegetable? Let me ask you, how big is the stick? I have a friend of mine, he's a redneck. Well, he's Cuban, but he's mostly redneck. And he was in a fight with this old lady, and he says to me, he says, "Yo, my broad was going crazy." Because most rednecks speak like they're from New York. "Yo, my broad was going crazy. She picked up a lamp and threw it at me, and in mid-flight I juked to the left and I made a beeline for the door." A beeline for the door? I'm just going to go ahead and say that people who say they made a beeline for the door should be handcuffed to a operating vehicle while it's inside of a locked garage until they asphyxiate and die. I mean, that makes as much sense as trying to lick your elbow.